welcome to Bohol Vlogger later. We're driving from Paul's place to Tagbilaran. We'll be staying for a week, and yeah, you guys are kind of joining in on this vlog. So if you have no idea who I am, my name is Lacaba. I've been working from home since I was 15 years old. Long time. This is basically kind of just a cute little vlog, kind of like talking about how I got to 10k subscribers, because I got to 10k subscribers the other day. Ooh, look at that view. You guys can't. And kind of like the different steps that I had to take, and I'm just basically taking you through Bohol with it. So wait, yeah, I'm showing you some view. So I hope you guys enjoy this vlog / informative video of how I did get to 10,000 subscribers, and enjoy this kind of type of vlogging. So yeah, hopefully I won't forget to actually finish this vlog.
Okay, so hinahinay lang tayo, panaw siya. Tagilid ng tawid sa railing and then ulo. Hinay. Medyo taas ang ubang step, sir, ha? Tagilid lang ang tail, sir. Ulo, hinahinay. Tagilid ng tail, ma'am. Tagilid. Gagmay ang mga steps mo. Taas. And then ulo. Kaliguan kayo, wala sa road. So, dili ang main picture nato kung after 5 months.
You okay there, Jeb? Making sure.
Okay, so I've totally failed. I did not record in the different places like I said I would. It's already day 5 of my Bohol trip. The first clip you guys saw was day 2, so I've already missed like 3 days of filming, but we're gonna get this done. So yeah, basically how I got started on my 10k journey. There will be a little bit of like a road noise because I'm outside. This is my view. So I'm right by the road here in Bohol, so there's gonna be road noise, but we're gonna go through it. So literally my step 1 to how I got to 10k subscribers was to decide and pick what I wanted to talk about. That was the main thing that I kind of wanted to figure out. So on my Facebook, basically for 100 days I did a video a day, so I have 100 videos on my Facebook, and that's how I started. And I usually went with questions that a lot of people asked me, or just what I was thinking that day. I was literally trying to figure out what topic would match really well with what I wanted to talk about. And then I started that around March, and then by June I kind of figured it out. So like I said, 100 days, so my 3 months to figure out what I want to talk about. And like I said, in June, that's when I decided, like, oh, I'll just talk about working from home. You know, at that point it was 2019, this was pre-pandemic, and a lot of people were curious about it. And this was, of course, when the pandemic happened, then of course it just grew and grew up. That was the first thing that I really figured out, was what did I want to talk about. I even started talking about my day. I talked about going on self-dates. I talked about different things that I want to talk about, until I narrowed down what resonated with other people that I also like talking about. So that was step 1, was figuring out what topic I want to talk about, or something that again made sense for me and resonated with the audience that I was building on Facebook. And then, like I said, I went with questions that people asked me. So for example, my sisters would ask me, hey Ate, how did you do this? How did you make a resume? How do you update the resume? You know, how do you get started applying for jobs? So I literally went with the questions that people asked me as I was getting started online. And then the next tip that I have for you is, it does take time. Once you figure out your topic, once you've started posting videos, whether you're just on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok, then you have to kind of be patient and kind of trust the process. A lot of people do go viral and take off on YouTube or on Facebook, but for some, you kind of just have to keep trudging on. It took me about 6 months to 8 months to get monetized on YouTube, since I got serious on it. And even then, when I got monetized, it took me 4 months to actually get the money. So it does take time, because you are building yourself up to get to that point. I made sure that I wasn't focused really on the views itself. I was focused more on the comments. I was focused more on how it resonated with other people, because I could just have, you know, 100 views, but people commented, versus having 1,000 views and having no comments at all. Now the next thing I struggle with, and that's going to be the next tip that I have for you if you want to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, is that the algorithm changes a lot. You know, 1 week, you know, this particular keyword that I'm using is going to take off, it's going to do really well, and then the next thing it won't, because people are searching for something else. People are interested in the next thing. So that for me, I have to really keep in mind that I had to innovate. I had to change up my topics. That's why I went from just talking about how to work from home to to being a virtual assistant to now also hiring how to hire a virtual assistant. So I've changed my topics more, but I really focused on the quality of my videos as well, of what I was talking about, not just the video quality or the audio quality, but also the quality of what I was talking about. So I really kept that in mind as I was growing. Was yes, the algorithm will change, but as long as I'm also, again, consistency, as long as I'm consistent about making the videos and making sure that the videos are good, then I'm good. The next thing that I did struggle with, which is going to be a tip for you guys, was the video editing, or a lot of the back work of running a YouTube channel. So it took me about an average of 6 to 8 hours a week to edit 2 videos. That was like 20-minute videos, but it took me 6 to 8 hours a week to edit both. So it really took up a lot of my time that I could be focusing on in my business. So then I hired amazing virtual assistant Christina, who's editing this video right now. I had to really learn to trust and delegate that part of the process, that I don't have to do everything on my own. Of course, I was lucky that I had a business that I could hire Christina full-time and have the business kind of pay for it while she helped me with my YouTube channel, which kind of like, overlapped on both. Because then, of course, that freed me up so I can focus on the business, so I don't have to focus as much on the YouTube channel. So it just like came together. But for you, if you're just getting started, of course it might not make sense right away to outsource your editing. It took me 4 months before I thought of like, hey, this is something I should probably delegate to someone else. It can be 4 months for you, can be 6 months, 8 months, but getting to the point where you are seeing some traction in your YouTube channel is probably the time that you want to think about hiring a video editor. Of course, you need to be able to afford it, so you might want to have, another business like me, or you can have someone who helps you sustain your YouTube channel with just video editing or creating thumbnails. But learn when to outsource is a really important step as you're going through this whole process. The next tip and the next struggle that I went through was figuring out my thumbnail. I had so many thumbnails ideas, but I wanted to make sure that I had some sort of brand, that when people see this thumbnail, oh, that's Leanne's. That's Leanne's YouTube video. So if you guys noticed from previous videos that I've done, I used to use a letter light up board. So then I would put the letters there. It took me about 5 to 10 minutes to do this every time, sometimes longer. So then I switched to just, okay, I found a Canva font that was very similar to the light board and then stuck to that. And even until now, Christina still uses the same font. So there's really an importance in figuring out what your brand is, how you want to be known for, or how you want people to know, like, hey, this is Leanne's video, because based on the thumbnail that I saw. So you want to have that familiarity with your fans so they know that this is your content and they know that this is you. Next struggle and next tip that I have for you guys is I did struggle a little bit with taking the time off or taking a break when it came to creating content, because there were times where I just felt out of it. Like, yes, I did say that I not to focus on views, but for a time I was. And there was a time I was only getting like 50 views for a video, and this is when already like 5,000 subscribers. I would get 50, I would just get 70, and it was disheartening because I was like pouring my heart and soul into these videos, but no one was watching. So it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a step back. Like I said, right now I'm in Bohol, I'm filming this video, I'm on vacation, working vacation, but I'm able to still have this break from creating content because I know it's important. I know it's important to take a break. And last year when my mom got really sick and eventually passed away, I took that break. Like, I'm like, I can't create content right now. It's going to be like almost impossible for me to be creative, to think of something nice and positive when I'm in this dark place. So know that it's okay to take a pause, know that it's okay to take a break, because it's going to be so important for you to sustain it long term if you do so. Next thing that I struggled with, and hopefully is going to be a really good tip for you guys, is there are going to be haters. There's going to be people who won't like your content for one reason or the other, who will bully you for your looks. I got a lot of those particular type of comments on both my YouTube and TikTok. So keep in mind to never really take things personally, to totally take the feedback that can help improve you rather than feedback that will hurt you. There will be times where people will say like, hey, I really don't like your face. If that's the case, if they comment on your appearance instead of your content, then your content probably good and you might want to take up, putting on makeup or putting your hair up a little bit nicer. Take the comments with a grain of salt. Don't take them personally, because most of the time it's just their preference. It's not really about you. Now, honestly, one of the biggest things that I really learned in the last 2 years almost of creating content on YouTube, on getting to 10,000 subscribers, is just really consistency is key. And it's not just consistency on making content, but also consistency in working on feedback and getting better with your content, with your video, with the kind of content that you create as you keep growing. You're never really stuck or boxed into one thing. you're the only one who's probably going to box yourself into one thing. And as a few more quick pieces of advice for you, one is you have to create content that you like doing, especially if you're doing this on your own. If you're doing this on your own, it has to be content that you like talking about, that you enjoy talking about, because then you're just going to be burned out researching and pouring yourself over on things that you don't even care. Two is create your tribe. Like I have a whole Facebook group, the virtual tribe, where I post often on there and I share like different tips that I have, and it's just a way for me to know what people want, what kind of content to create, and all of that. Third is to disseminate your content. Don't just stick to one platform. You can experiment and post your content in other places. Recently, I just got named as one of the 100 most influential Filipino women on LinkedIn, and it's because I posted my videos from YouTube to LinkedIn, and I was able to grow another audience from there. So don't just stick to one content. Number 4 is get out of your comfort zone once in a while. Like right now, like I said, I've been filming by the road. It's a little bit noisy, but I'm powering through it because I want to experiment. I want to see what this kind of content will turn out, how it will turn out. So we'll see. And then the 5th one is just know that you are really doing this long term. You're not doing this short term. It's not going to be a quick money grab. And that's going to be quick for you to get sponsorships and all of that, even though it is so glamorous and so pretty. Just have fun with the whole process and stick to the process. And like I said, consistency, not just with creating content, but consistency in growing yourself through feedback and how else you can do it better. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there. Comment below what other videos do you guys want to see as we get into the next goal of 20,000 subscribers. And if you guys still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out the 2 playlists right here and the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Remember that small steps matter, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!